Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a truly fascinating text written back in 2005 by an author named Feng. We're going to be looking at a theory called cosmic holography. Now, this isn't just some dry, abstract physics lesson. It's a massive philosophical framework that attempts to connect giant, swirling galaxies directly to our intimate, everyday human experiences, literally down to how we experience love. It's the kind of text that absolutely challenges our fundamental understanding of reality. So, we start our journey today with a pretty profound philosophical mystery. We're exploring whether the infinite rules of the cosmos can actually be understood through something as simple as a shattered reflection. I mean, think about it. Can breaking something apart actually reveal that it was entirely whole all along? It sounds totally paradoxical, right? But this is the exact lens through which this text asks us to view our existence. Section 1. The holographic universe concept. Let's jump right into the core foundational theory presented by the author. According to the text, cosmic holography is this concept where every tiny fragment holds the exact complete blueprint of the entire universe, and this completely flips our usual way of thinking on its head. Normally, we think of a machine like a car, right? The steering wheel is just a steering wheel. It definitely doesn't contain the engine. But in a holographic universe, the author argues that the steering wheel would actually contain the informational blueprint of the entire car. The whole is in the parts, and the parts are in the whole. And the author posits that this applies absolutely everywhere across existence. On a macro scale, the vast celestial bodies and the energy-filling space are all controlled and unified by the Tao, the greatest creator's spirit. But then look at the micro scale. Tiny, seemingly insignificant atoms, molecules, and yes, individual people, they aren't isolated at all. They're interactive, unified structures of energy. You are in the universe, and according to this text, the universe is inherently within you. Section 2, Everyday Signs of Connection. To really ground this massive, mind-bending concept, the author points to phenomena in our daily lives. The text lists these everyday signs as definitive proof of our interconnected holographic reality. I mean, why does someone with arthritis just somehow know rain is coming when the sky is still totally clear? How do animals detect seismic disturbances before the Earth even starts shaking? Or think about the internet. You turn on a screen and global data streams into one single access point. The author argues that sunspots altering our climate or the moon's phases shifting ocean tides are all happening because the solar system, the Earth, and our bodies are entirely holographic. We're constantly exchanging information because we are all part of the exact same unified whole. And he brilliantly illustrates this point on a deeply personal level with what he calls the needle test. If you pierce your toe with a needle, what happens? Well, your whole body reacts, right? Your muscles tighten, your brain instantly triggers an emergency response, but the text goes one step further. It claims that because we are holographic, if your parents or your partner are standing right next to you, they will actually react instantly to your pain too. You are entirely connected to them in this invisible holographic web. Section 3, the shattered mirror metaphor. To truly visualize how this hole-in-the-parts system works, the explainer uses some really vivid metaphors. 130 trillion. That is roughly the number of cells in the human body. Each cell seems completely insignificant on its own. But the text claims that if you view these cells through Buddha's eyes, you'll see that every single one of those 130 trillion cells actually contains a fully formed human individual. 5 senses, bones, hair, internal organs. The complete informational blueprint of you exists in every single microscopic cell, which builds right into the most crucial metaphor of the text, the shattered mirror. Imagine you're standing in front of a mirror. You see one complete image of yourself. Now, break that mirror right in half. Do you see half of your face in one piece and half in the other? No way. You see 2 complete, identical images of yourself. Break that mirror into millions or even trillions of pieces, and in every single tiny shard, you will still see a complete, whole version of yourself. The crucial point here is that division in a holographic universe doesn't destroy or fragment things. It miraculously multiplies the whole. It's the same with nature. The author claims that if you cut a growing leaf in half, the entire, complete image of the leaf is still totally visible from either remaining piece, at least if you know how to look holographically. He even extends this to an unplanted seed. Before it's even put in the soil, its entire future mature form can be completely seen with what the text calls Dharma eyes. The end is already contained right there within the beginning. Section 4, a radical paradigm shift. Grasping this holographic concept
isn't just some academic exercise. It's meant to completely alter human perception.
The author promises that this paradigm shift unlocks a massive leap in human consciousness. Suddenly, the wisdom of ancient historical figures just clicks. You effortlessly understand the Tao of Lao Tzu, the Dharma of Sakyamuni Buddha, and the scientific thinking of Jesus. Your spiritual perception awakens. And fascinatingly, the text even makes the bold claim that those with deep spiritual roots can develop special magical powers and handle the daily stresses of life with complete ease. Section 5. The Holography of Love. Now, the text takes a really surprising and fascinating pivot, zooming in on romantic relationships. The author highlights the traditional distress we see in relationships. We expect purity and exclusivity, so when a partner loves someone else, it inevitably leads to immense pain. The immediate reaction is to say, if you love them, you can't possibly love me truly. Your love is false, and the love that you offer me is incomplete. It's an accusation based entirely on the idea that love is a finite pie. If you give a slice to someone else, there's obviously less left for me. But from the holographic perspective, the text argues this distress comes from a fundamental misunderstanding of the universe. If the universe is holographic, then love is also holographic. Loving several people doesn't divide your love into smaller fractions. Instead, the love for each individual remains absolutely complete, whole, and true. Just like the reflections in that shattered mirror we talked about, the love doesn't fracture, it multiplies in its entirety. The author uses a pretty extreme example to make his point. He states that if 10,000 women loved him, even if they loved other men too, he would gladly accept their love, believing it to be entirely genuine and wholehearted. Likewise, he asserts that if he were to love 10,000 women, the love he gives to each and every single one of them would still be 100% true and complete. Leaving us with a profound twist, the text asks a final question that forces us to reconsider the boundaries of human emotion and fidelity. Why should you have to cling on to just one? Life is short. Does it matter if you love more than one? It's a really challenging conclusion that takes a sweeping theory of cosmic physics and drops it squarely onto our most guarded personal emotions. Whether you agree with the author's conclusions on romance or not, it forces us to ask, if the universe is truly boundless and holographic, are we unnecessarily limiting the bounds of our own hearts? Think about that shattered mirror the next time you look at the world around you. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and keep questioning the universe.